Cloud architecture. This is unit 3. So, what is cloud architecture? Cloud architecture is a method that various components of cloud computing, including databases, applications, software capabilities, middleware, and non premise resources, are organized to provide cloud services. Common cloud architecture includes public cloud architecture and private cloud architecture. Cloud computing technology is used by both small and large organizations to store the information in cloud and access it from anywhere at any time using the internet connection. Cloud computing architecture is a combination of self service architecture and event driven architecture. See this diagram, cloud computing architecture. Here, front end and back end. In between, internet is there. Front end is client infrastructure, and back end is contains applications, services, storage, all these things. Let's see one by one. We'll discuss about all these things. So, the components of cloud architecture are generally classified into three categories. One is front end platform, that is a client or device used to access the cloud. Second one is back end platform, that is server and storage. Third one is cloud based delivery. So, the architecture of the system needs the internet for communication between the front end and the back end. So, what is front end? This front end is used by the client. It contains client side interfaces and applications that are required to access the cloud computing platforms. The front end includes web servers including Chrome, Google Chrome, Firefox, Internet Explorer, IE, and so on. So, thin and fat clients and tablets and mobile devices, these are all the front end examples or front end tools. So, front end architecture is made up of three parts. One is software, UI, and client network or client device. So, what is software here? A front end software architecture includes the software that allows cloud computing software to be run from user side. In today's web powered world, the front end software architecture generally takes the form of a web browser or client side application. So, UI, user interface. The user interface is what the end user directly interacts with in order to perform tasks on the cloud. So, some of the popular user interfaces are Google Sheets, Gmail, and so on. However, in some cases, the UI and user interface and software architecture are rolled into one. So, now the last one is client device. So, client side device or network is an integral part of front end architecture. This includes client side hardware such as a user's PC and input devices. Generally, in cloud computing, the client device does not require a lot of computing power. This is because most of the heavy tasks are processed in the cloud. Now, let's see what is backend. Here, the backend is used by the service provider. It manages all the resources that are required to provide cloud computing services. It includes a huge amount of data storage, security mechanism, virtual machines, and deployment tools and servers, traffic control mechanisms, and so on. So, two things, some important points about backend. It is the responsibility of the backend to provide built-in security mechanism, traffic control, and protocols. The server employs certain protocols known as middleware, helps the connected devices to communicate with each other. So, backend architecture is made up of many distinct parts and also includes services such as management and security. The system generally includes components such as application, service, runtime cloud, storage, etc. So let's see what is application. It is a back-end component of cloud computing that represents any software or a platform that a client is willing to access. This layer coordinates various needs of the consumer with resources in the backend. The next one is service. This is where all the magic happens. The service is directly responsible for providing the utility in the architecture. This means that any task that is being run on the cloud computing system is taken care of mainly by the service. Services can perform a wide variety of tasks and functions in a cloud runtime. Some services that are popular among cloud users including storage, application development environments, and web services. It is similar to the heart of the architecture and is one of the main components of the entire system. Next one is runtime cloud. So the runtime cloud is where the service runs. It is similar to an operating system in the cloud with the technologies such as virtualization allowing multiple runtimes to exist on the same server. So runtimes are created with the help of virtualization software and are commonly referred to as hypervisors. So now storage. As the name suggests, the storage is where all the data required to operate the cloud software resides. Storage varies the cloud service providers today, with all of them having a product dedicated solely to cloud storage. The different kinds of storage offered includes hard drives, solid state drives, and more recently Intel DC persistent storage, that is Intel Optane DC persistent storage. Storage services are quick to access and retrieve information from the remote cloud storage servers. However, storage capacity varies according to the cloud service provider. Then security. So it is built-in backend component that implements a security mechanism to ease debugging in case there are any issues. It is notable feature is security with a firewall to omit data loss and redundancy. All the backend applications are secured because of this particular security mechanism. Now let's see what are the core components of cloud architecture. There are four core concepts of cloud architecture. When cloud architects build out a company's cloud environment, they are structuring it around four primary concepts. One is cloud infrastructure, delivery model, service model, and deployment model. Cloud infrastructure simply means underlying compute, storage, and network systems. And then delivery model is the front end, client side, and also the provider side, that is a back end of cloud platform. Then service model, those are IWS, PWS, and SWS, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. The next one is deployment model. This relates to the access and governance of cloud platform. Let's see one by one detail. Cloud infrastructure, the first one. Cloud infrastructure includes the computer network and storage systems on which cloud services run. Cloud infrastructures typically leverages virtualization to create pools of resources from the computer, network, and storage building blocks that can be programmatically managed and elastically scaled. To be defined as a cloud computing platform, a vendor typically will offer a portal for on demand self service. The service will also provide monitoring capabilities and often use metered billing. The next one is cloud delivery model. So, the end to end delivery of cloud based services may include a front end and back end platforms. So, front end means clients. So, front end systems access the cloud environment using the internet or some cases a VPN, a virtual private network link. This cloud be using a web browser, a mobile app, or a client based software. So the backend includes the pooled cloud's infrastructure resources, data, and applications. This is typically delivered out of multiple data centers for high availability and disaster recovery. Next one is SPI framework. SPI means Software Platform Infrastructure Model is a term that covers or that includes three types of cloud computing services. That is, those three types are SWS, PWS, and IWS. This SPI model looks at these three services in an integrated way, either to differentiate them or offer combined cloud computing that provides two or more combined services. The SPI model is becoming useful as companies increasingly use web to obtain items for operational purposes. So SPI framework diagram is like this. The cloud clients, the clients can use the cloud services by using web browser, mobile app, thin client, or terminal emulator. So what are the three services used by the client means software as a service or platform as a service or infrastructure as a service. So first let's see, first one is infrastructure as a service, that is IWS. It is also known as cloud infrastructure services or hardware as a service. It is responsible for managing applications data, middleware, and runtime environments. It is a computing infrastructure managed over internet. IWS provides access to fundamental resources such as physical machines, virtual storage, etc. So IWS provides basic storage and computing capabilities as standardized services over the network. Servers, storage systems, networking equipment, data center space, etc. are pooled, that means combined and made available to handle workloads. The customer would typically install his own software on the infrastructure. The main advantage of using infrastructure as a service is that it helps users to avoid the cost and complexity of purchasing and managing the physical servers. Customers access these resources on the internet using a pay as per use model. In traditional hosting services, IT infrastructure was rented out for a specific period of time with predetermined hardware configuration. The client paid for the configuration and time regardless of the actual use. With the help of the infrastructure as a service cloud computing platform layer, clients can dynamically scale the configuration to meet changing requirements and are built only for the services actually used. So, infrastructure as a service cloud computing platform layer eliminates the need for every organization to maintain the IT infrastructure. Some important examples of IaaS is given below. So many things are there. Amazon Web Services, EC2, Google Computing Engine, Cisco Metapod, GoGrid, DigitalOcean, Linode, Microsoft Azure, Rackspace, and Cisco Meta Cloud, Amazon EC2 with you can quickly and easily launch a virtual server in the cloud platform over 70 data centers in 22 regions around the world. That is Amazon EC2 contains. So as a consumer of this service, you are responsible for managing the operating system and any applications installed. The cloud service provider is responsible for ensuring the availability of the original or primary resources. So, what are the characteristics of infrastructure as a service? So, let's see virtual machines with pre-installed software, virtual machines with pre-installed operating systems such as Windows, Linux, or Solaris. Resources are available as a service. These services are highly scalable and dynamic and flexible. This graphical user interface and application programming interface based access both are available. Automated administrative tasks. So allows to store copies of particular data in different locations. The computing resources can be easily scaled up and down. Let's say the infrastructure as a service provides the following services. The IaaS provider provides the following services. One is compute. Computing as a service includes virtual central processing units and virtual main memory for the VMS that is provisioned to the end users. Next one is storage. Infrastructure as a service provider provides back-end storage for storing files. So network as a service provides networking components such as routers, switches, and bridges for the VMS. Next one is load balancers. It provides load balancing capability at the infrastructure layer. So IaaS is offered in three models. One is public, private, and hybrid cloud. So the private cloud implies that the infrastructure resides at the customer's premise. In the case of public cloud, it is located at the cloud computing platform vendor's data center. The hybrid cloud is a combination of two in which the customer selects the best of both public and private clouds. We will discuss in detail later. Now, let's see the advantages of IaaS. Shared infrastructure. What is this? Infrastructure as a service allows multiple users to share the same physical infrastructure. Next one is web access to the resources. IaaS allows IT users to access resources over the internet. Pay as per the use model. Infrastructure as a service providers provide services based on the pay as per use basis. The users are required to pay for what they have used. Focus on the core business. IaaS providers focus on the organization's core business rather than on IT infrastructure. On-demand scalability. On-demand scalability is one of the biggest advantages of infrastructure as a service. Using IaaS, users don't worry about to upgrade software and troubleshoot the issues related to hardware components. Then see what are the disadvantages of IaaS cloud computing layer. First one is security. Security is one of the biggest issues in IaaS. Most of the IaaS providers are not able to provide 100% security. This is the main disadvantage. And next one is maintenance and upgrade. Although IaaS service providers maintain the software, but they do not upgrade the software for some organizations. Next one is interoperability issues. It is difficult to migrate VM from one IaaS provider to other. So the customer might face a problem related to vendor lock-in.